Hello friends, and welcome to this video tutorial on installing the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. This video is for Mac users running OS X. In this tutorial, we will walk you through the steps of installing the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. The minimum requirements to run the Cyclopedia on your Mac is OS version 10.4.11. which is commonly referred to as Tiger. You will need to know the version of your Mac for this installation, because it will differ according to your version. So the first step of this tutorial will walk you through obtaining that version number of your Mac operating system. So, to get this version number, first click the Apple icon in the upper left-hand corner of your screen and choose About This Mac. Your Mac OS X version number will then appear in the center of your screen, as you can see displayed here. Notice that I am recording this video on Mac OS version 10.6.8, commonly referred to as Snow Leopard. If your Mac is running a different version, you can still follow along in this tutorial, and I will explain any differences that you might encounter. Now, before closing this window, please write down your OS version number, as you will need it later on in this tutorial. Once you have it written down, you can go ahead and close this window. Alright. Now, if your Mac meets the system requirements of Tiger 10.4.11 or higher, then you are ready to begin installing the Bible Standard Cyclopedia on your Mac. Begin, of course, by inserting the DVD into the DVD drive on your Mac. Now, the installation of the Bible Standard Cyclopedia involves two basic steps. The first step will be to copy the Cyclopedia files to your computer, and then to create links or aliases. The second step will be to install Adobe Reader, which is the program used to read all of the Cyclopedia files. I will walk you through both of these steps. But before we begin either of these steps, we must first browse to the DVD so that we can see the files on it. Now, you should have the DVD inserted into your Mac. If so, you will see the DVD icon on your desktop labeled BS Cyclopedia 5. When you find it, simply double-click on it. You are now looking at all the files on the DVD. Now we can begin installing the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. The first step will be to copy the Cyclopedia files to your computer. To do this, locate the folder labeled BS Cyclopedia 5. As you see here, highlight it by clicking on it one time. Now, locate the Edit menu at the top of your screen. When you find it, go ahead and click on it and come down with your mouse to copy BS Cyclopedia 5. When you find this option, click it as well one time. The folder is now copied to your clipboard. You're now going to paste it or copy it to your hard drive. Now, you can put it anywhere that you like, but for this tutorial, we will use your Documents folder. So go back to the menu at the top of your screen and find the Go menu. Click on the Go menu, locate Documents. When you find it, click on it. Now your Documents folder is open. To paste the Cyclopedia files here, click the Edit menu at the top of your screen and come down with your mouse to paste item and click on it. The files will begin to copy to your hard drive. You can sit back and relax at this point until it is complete. It will be finished shortly, but it will of course depend on the speed of your computer. When it is finished copying, you will see the folder BS Cyclopedia 5 now in your Documents folder. Now we're going to create a couple links or aliases to the program so that we're able to access it easily in the future. Now you can place these links either on your dock or on your desktop. I will show you how to do both of these, and then you can choose which one you prefer. But first, we need to open up the folder that we just pasted. To do this, double-click BS Cyclopedia 5. Now you see all of the program files associated with the program. Now we are only interested in a couple of these. First, highlight the file labeled BS Cyclopedia shown here by clicking it one time. Now, I will first show you how to place it on your dock, and then how to place it on your desktop. You don't need to do both of these, and the easiest method is probably the dock. The dock is the row of icons at the bottom of your screen, the bottom of your Mac screen. It could be on the side of your screen, and notice that it could be hidden. You have to sometimes bring your mouse all the way down to unhide it. And it could look different depending on the version of your operating system. But in any case, it's the row of icons that you access for your programs. To dock the Bible Standard Cyclopedia, simply hold down your mouse button and drag the file you have highlighted to your dock. Hold down the mouse button and drag. And locate the area towards the end of your dock anywhere over on the end here where it makes an empty space when you hover over it. Then simply release your mouse button, and there you have the Cyclopedia docked. I will now demonstrate how to place an alias or link on your desktop. Again, if not already done so, highlight the BS Cyclopedia file by clicking on it. Now, you will need to drag this to your desktop, but while you are dragging, you must hold down two keys on your keyboard. So look at your keyboard near the spacebar and locate number 1, the Command Apple key, and number 2, the Option Alt key. Hold both of these keys down, and while holding them down, click your mouse button, hold it down on the file, BS Cyclopedia, and drag to your desktop. Notice when you begin to drag over the desktop, a black arrow will appear over the file name. This is your indication that you are creating an alias. If you do not see this black arrow, then try again, making sure that you are holding down the correct key combination. Because if you simply copy the file to your desktop, the program is not going to work correctly. You must create an alias, which is indicated by this black arrow. Now, when you have it over the desktop, you can release the keyboard keys and the mouse button, and there you have the main program file linked on your desktop. So I have now walked you through two methods of creating links to the program files. Now there is one more link that we need to make, and now you can choose which method you prefer. So next, locate the file labeled BSC Simple Search. BSC Simple Search, and when you find it, highlight it by clicking one time. Now notice that we are not looking for the folder labeled BSC Simple Search. The folder is indicated by the blue folder icon next to it. This is not the one we are looking for. Once you have the BSC Simple Search file highlighted, create the link either on your dock or on your desktop, whichever you prefer. So again, to dock it, we will hold down the mouse button and simply drag it down to the dock in the open area and release the mouse button. It's docked now. And again, to place it on the desktop, holding down Command Apple and Option Alt, holding down the mouse button, dragging it to the desktop, and releasing. This creates our link to the BSC Simple Search. This is the new easy method of searching the Bible Standard Cyclopedia introduced in version 5 of the program. You can now close the document window by clicking the red X in the upper left-hand corner. So, you are now finished with the first step of the installation. We are now ready for the second step, which will be to install Adobe Reader. The Bible Standard Cyclopedia for your Mac will work with version 9 or higher of Adobe Reader or Adobe Acrobat, but the recommended version is 10. Unless, of course, your Mac operating system only supports a lower version like 9. It will also work with version 11, which is the latest version as of this recording, but for the best experience, we still recommend using version 10. So in this video tutorial, we will walk you through installing Adobe Reader version 10. Now, if you already have this version, or if you have a version of Adobe Reader or Acrobat which you would like to keep, then you can close this video tutorial and continue on with the next video, the configuration tutorial. But if you do not know whether you have Adobe Reader installed, or if you do not know which version you have installed, don't worry. Just continue to follow along with me. Okay, so let's install Adobe Reader now. You should still have the DVD window open with the files shown here. Locate the folder labeled Adobe. When you do, highlight it, open it by double-clicking. Now notice there is a folder labeled Apple Mac. Open it also by double-clicking. Now you see two folders. Again, in this tutorial, we will walk you through installing version 10. But your Mac may not support this version. This is why we wrote down our MacOS version number at the beginning of this tutorial. So get that out now. If your MacOS version number is below 10.5.8, then you will need to install Adobe Reader version 9. The installation procedure is similar for both, so I will only demonstrate version 10. Now, if you are unable to get either of these versions installed, try going to the Adobe Reader website by Googling Adobe Reader. The website will help you download the appropriate version for your Mac. So once more, go ahead and double-click the folder version 10. You now should see the installation package for Adobe Reader. Start the installation by double-clicking this package. The Adobe Reader installation program will begin. If you get this message right here, simply click the OK button and walk through the installer, simply clicking Continue until you reach the installation. If you receive this request wanting to know where to install the software, simply click Install for all users of this program by clicking with your mouse button. This will cause the Continue button in the lower right-hand corner to appear so that you can click on it. When you see it, click Continue. Once you get to the screen with the Install button, click on the Install button. If you receive a password request, type in your Mac administrator password and then click OK. The installation will now begin. Now, if at any point during this process you receive an error stating that you already have a newer version of the software, don't worry. Just skip this step, close this video tutorial, and continue on with the next video, the configuration tutorial. Simply sit back at this point and wait for it to finish. It will tell you as soon as it is done with a big green check mark. As you see here, it will let you know that it's complete, and you will have a close button in the lower right. Go ahead and click the close button. You are now finished installing the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. Please continue to the next video, which will walk you through configuring the program. At this point, you can close all of the windows that are currently open by clicking the red X. Thank you, and may the Lord bless your studies.